I have 20 minutes to build a random commander deck based on the card that scryfall gives me. So let's see what we get. Today's video we have Trelasarra, Moondancer. Yes, I love life gain decks, I love Celestia, so let's just see what our wildcard rule is for this video. Alright, our main wildcard rule for the start 5-minute increment is no instant spells. So for life gain, that's not going to be much of a problem, but it's still going to be fun. So we get to spend around 3 minutes on Edhrec and 2 minutes just pulling cards from my head. So let's just get started. Alright, the timer begins as soon as I enter in Trelasarra. Alright, and it starts now. Okay, so we're going to just go ahead and add the Soul Sisters in. So let's go ahead and add those. So Soul Warden, Attendant, there we go, and then Essence Warden. Those are going to be crucial includes. Okay, let's add Lathiel, Sorcerer Priest. Let's go ahead and add the Voice of the Blessed. Okay, I can't add the swords. I can add the authority. Okay, I need to act a little quicker. Conclave Mentor. Just this came to my head, so doubling season. Also add Blind Obedience. Great. Cultivate. It's not an instant. But Johnny's Welcome. Great. What were the other ones up here? Prosperous Innkeeper is a really good card, and Heliod. Heliod. Okay, oh yeah, we get a couple of Gamechangers, so let's go ahead and add the Farewell. We also can add Smothering Tithe. Great. Exemplar of Light. Okay, let's scroll down a little bit. Archangel of Thune. Felidar Sovereign. Okay, and then we have less than a minute, and I'm not gonna do what I did last time. Okay, let's get some good lands. Iganjo. Castle Ardenvale. Let's go into dual lands a little bit. Blossoming Sands, Canis Vista, Blossoming Sands. Okay, and then Temple Garden, Overgrown Farmland. Overgrown Farmland. Okay, and I get a little bit more. Brushland. Okay, yeah. Brushland. Sungrass Prairie. And then we can also add the Windswept Heath. Yeah, and that's all the time we have on there. Okay, so we can go Emeria, Sky Ruin. We can add the Laser. What card also gains a ridiculous amount of life? We can just add some basic, like, white cards. So Esper Sentinel, that's a really good card. We have 1 more minute just to add some cards from our head. So, okay. I think that's really, we're in a really good position right now. Rampant Growth, Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, add the basics out of the way. We can also add a, is it a Talisman? Is it this one of Unity? Oh, well, that works. Not what I was looking for, but it works. Okay, and then, is it Test of Endurance? I believe this is the enchantment that lets us win if we have 50 or more. Yes. We can also add a land tax and a trouble in pairs. Perfect. All right, so that's the time that we have for that start. That was a really, really solid start. So we're gonna go ahead and randomize a set, and whatever set that we get, it's from all sets in Magic the Gathering, is the set that we're gonna have to build around. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, I'm gonna hit random, and the set we get is Strixhaven, School of Mages. So the old Strixhaven set, I'm not complaining. Let's just go ahead and use that. There's some really, really good cards in there. I'm really excited. We're gonna get Scryfall set up, and the next 5 minutes is gonna be using cards from that set. All right, I have all the cards that we can run from the OG Strixhaven, so let's just get started. All right, so I think the most obvious one is the Accomplished Alchemist, so let's go ahead and add that. There we go. The Accomplished Alchemist is a great card. It literally just does life gain stuff. We can also add, since we can't run any instants, because that stipulation applies for our entire deck, it does hurt, we can just add a few other things. Basic Conjuration, sure. Not a bad card at all. Let's see what else we can get here. We can add a +1/+1 counter on. Okay, that's not bad. Charge Through is great draw. Campus Guide, that's okay. It's not really what we want. Devastating Mastery, sure. That's a really nice board wipe. Cogwork Archivist, not really what we're needing. Sure, Contaminant Breach or Containment. Yes, Containment Breach is nice removal. We can't run that one. Detention Vortex is great. Oh, I realized that that's an instant. Never mind. We have to remove the charge through, add the Detention Vortex. Devouring Tendrils is a nice one. Dragon's Guard Elite, sure. Wait, does that trigger off of instants and sorceries? I'm pretty sure it does. Yeah, that really isn't useful in this deck. Ecological Appreciation. We can add the Elite Spellbinder and the Emergent Sequence. Environmental Sciences, sure. Okay. We don't really need Self-Mill. Expel is a growth. Exponential growth? Maybe. I don't think we really would need that. Field Trip is good ramp, but also, again, we don't really need it. Honor Troll, yes. Gives us some extra life. Introduction to Annihilation. It does give us at least removal of some sort. That really doesn't help. The Magecraft isn't the best thing. Mascot Exhibition. We're not going to be getting that much mana. Mavinda isn't that great in here. Overgrown Arch? Sure. Gives us some life at least. Pillar Drop really isn't that great. Secret Rendezvous is good though. And Reduce to Memory. We can add both of those. Let's go ahead and see what the next page has for us. Okay, Semester's End. Oh wait, no, that's an instant. We can't run it anyways. Sparring Regiment. Sure. Star Pupil? Not really. Strixhaven Stadium? Why not? We can also run Tangle Trap. Why not? All right, so that's time on that section. So for the next section, we get to use a scryfall filter under life gain probably to start. And yeah, we're just gonna run from there and see what cards we can add. This is looking really, really good so far. All right, I have the scryfall tags under life gain for Celestia. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so for this next little section, it's going to be kind of simple. So I'm going to go ahead and add the Abzan Battle Priest. That's a really good card. Okay, and yeah, we can just kind of go around. Adventurer's Inn is nice. It's a good land. The Ajani, which Ajani should we run? We could run all of them. We can run Ajani Goldmaid. I think the most important one is going to be the Strength of the Pride. Can go ahead and add both of those. Akroma's Will. Don't mind me. Card is amazing. Oh wait, it's an instant. And the Tangle Trap. I've broken my own rule multiple times. I cannot add those. Ambitious Farmhand is decent ramp. Angelic Chorus, okay. Ancient Cornucopia isn't terrible. Angel of Destiny, yes, that's another win con. Great. What else do we have here? Angel Mercy, we can just gain 7. Not bad. I'm going to go ahead and go to the next page. Approach of the Second Sun? Sure. Aragorn and Arwen? Yeah, that's pretty cool. Archangel's Light isn't terrible. Archivist of Ogma? Okay. That's alright. Arwen? Nah, we don't need any of those. Baneslayer's alright. Nothing too great on that page. Battle Angels of Tyr. That can get out of hand really quickly. Double my life total? Don't mind me. Let's get that Beacon of Immortality in there. Big Horner Rancher is a nice card. We'll probably remove that later now that I'm thinking about it. It's good, it's not amazing. For this deck, that is. There are some decks that can really, really use that card. But we don't have a lot of graveyard reoccurrence that goes to the field, so it's not the best. Captured Sunlight? That's an interesting card. We could run that. Centaur Peacemaker? No thanks. What does this do? Chalice of Life? Okay, so that gives us some pinging we could do. Not really what I'm looking for. Charismatic Conqueror? Why not? Oh, I think it's charismatic, not charismatic. Yes. That gives us some extra, I guess, fodder, I should say. I think we already have included the Conclave Mentor. Cosmos Elixir is draw and life gain. I think I'm going to go ahead and add that. Daxos. Yes, I should have added it earlier. I don't know why I didn't. Just a touch less than a minute. Okay. Alder Gargaroth is amazing, but I don't think he's going to be super useful in this deck. Elspeth Resplendent. Yes. I think this is our first iteration of Planeswalkers in the deck. There we go. All right, we have about 20 seconds left. I've already added those. I mean, we're doing fine. Is that Faith's Fetters I saw? We could add those. Fountain of Renewal is just constant life gain. All right, and then our last one can be Fumigate. Sure. All right, so we can pause there, add the Fumigate. All right, so yeah, our deck's looking pretty good. This last 5-minute section is me rearranging cards to make the deck legal. So yeah, let's just get right on to that. All right, for this last 5 minutes, I'm just going to be rearranging cards. So that begins now. Okay, so to start, I'm going to add forests and plains, and we're going to see where our lands are at. I'm going to add 12 of each, and that gives us 35 lands with 5 to spare. Okay, so I could add a little bit more. What does our mana curve look like? Okay, a lot of 4-drops, a lot of 2-drops and 1-drops, obviously. Okay, that's not bad at all. So with that, I think I'm just going to add a couple more cards from my head. I get to just add a few more. So we can add a Crested Sunmare. That gives us a little bit more creature presence, and just extra tokens is great. I think I'm going to take out the big Horner Rancher, as I mentioned earlier. It just really doesn't add a ton if it's in the deck. I think it's called Pristine Talisman is the one that lets us gain life when we tap it. Let me make sure. Yes, that's the one that I wanted. We can also add the... What's the goat called? It's like the lamb. It's a ram. It's like Nykthos Fleece Ram or something like that. Nyx Fleece Ram. Yeah, and that's the one that lets us get life at the beginning of our upkeep, which is nice. Yeah, there it is. All right, we can add a few more, 3 more cards. Yeah, this is definitely a lot more white heavy, I've realized. So let's add some fun green cards that can be devastating. I think a good protection one that comes to mind is Veil of Summer. We can also add a Hardened Scales. Oh wait, no, Veil of Summer is an instant. Never mind. I just realized that again. So we can get rid of that. Hardened Scales. I think we will need some protection. We're going to be targeted pretty heavily. So we can go ahead and add a Ghostly Prison. There we go. And we could also add, I guess, a Norn's Annex. Alright, so that's good protection. I mean, overall, the deck looks really solid from here. I think we can change some cards around and add a little bit more of Mana Dorks. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's see. Oh, and we do need, I think some more draw would be really welcome in the deck. So I'm going to go ahead and add a Reprieve here. That's a really solid, good draw. Oh, wait, never mind. It's an instant. Okay, so yeah, drawing is going to be a problem in this deck. I guess. I mean, in reality, the deck looks really good. We do have some solid advantage as well. It's not like the end of the world if we can't get draw. I mean, we do have Mana Dorks. This deck looks really solid right now, and I don't think I'm going to change much, if anything, around. I mean, we have 35 lands. It's on the smaller side, but we do have the Trelasarra, which is a significantly less of a commander. Like, it costs less mana-wise. So I think we're fine with running 35. We do have quite a bit of 4 drops, but that's whatever. We do have the best white draw spell in the deck with Esper Sentinel anyways. I think we might be okay. We have great removal. This might be our best deck yet. I also love life gain, and I'll probably get lucky with it because I tend to do so with these kind of decks. So yeah, this looks really, really good so far. Why is the Norn's Annex? Okay, yeah, it's the artifact. That's right. I was asking why it wasn't an enchantment. I think I'm not even going to change anything around. Like, this is actually really, really good. Charismatic Conqueror. I mean, it goes against the Blind Obedience, I guess. But yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm going to change anything around. We landed really, really well with this deck. Can I think of any other? Maybe is it Halo Fountain? No, not Halo Fountain. Is it Fountain of Youth or Radiant Fountain? I think it's a Radiant Fountain, right? Yes. Okay, and we can get rid of a forest with that. We can actually go down to 10 forests and go up to 13 plains. Because I think we do have significantly more white cards. Yeah, 63 and 20. Okay. All right, so yeah, that's going to be it. I mean, realistically, this deck is going to perform really well in my mind. I don't really have many doubts of it at all underperforming. So yeah, let's just jump right into the games. It looks really, really good. And yeah, see you in a second. All right, I'm going to go ahead and, oh wow, this hand is actually pretty good. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and keep it here. So unfortunately, as you guys probably have noticed, my microphone is not the greatest quality, but we got to roll with the punches sometimes, and soon it will be replaced. And yes, I just got one. It's been a whole battle and debate, but yes, hopefully soon it will be different. As you guys probably noticed at the beginning of the video, I did have a different mic, but nonetheless, we got to roll with the punches. We got to keep working with what we got, and our hand is pretty awesome, so I'm going to be working with this. So yeah, it looks like we're going against a few different commanders, what's being put in the chat. Okay, so I'm not fluent in Spanish, but that's all right. I'm going to go ahead and draw for turn. We're going to go ahead and play a forest and pass. So the commanders that we're going against, we have a Delny we're going against. All right. Giada, Angels, gotta love them. The Earth King. Okay, I've never gone against that. And then, of course, the Trelasarra, which is just great life gain. And it looks like we already got some life gain on the other side, too, with the Soul Warden. And that's going to get out of hand with the Delny deck. Definitely. But let's see what we got here. All right, another forest pass. All right, we're going to draw for turn, draw Farewell. I'm never going to be complaining about that. We're going to tap 2, Rampant Growth. I'm going to go ahead and grab a Plains, close and shuffle, enters the battlefield tapped, and then I'll pass. So yeah, pretty uneventful so far. I hope it doesn't get out of hand too quickly. I know that Delny definitely can, and Giada also can get out of hand, especially when you have a mana dork as your commander, and it just gets a progressive anthem, which is just crazy. All right, nothing too much so far. What is this? Oh yeah, Voice of Victory. That's gonna hurt a little bit because we don't have interaction on their turn, but it looks like, oh yeah, we're all playing Celestia or a version of it. Well, I'm the only one playing Celestia and everyone else is playing green or white. So that's going to be fun. A Selvala. All right. And that's it. So I'm going to go ahead and untap everything. Draw for turn. We draw a forest. Okay, we have a ton of lands. I'm going to go ahead and play a Soul's Attendant here. And I'm going to tap 3 mana for a Strixhaven Stadium. And then I'm just going to go ahead and tap it to put a point counter on it. Let's see if they have point counters. Apply changes, add 1, apply, and then I'll pass the turn. So we also have essentially just another Soul Warden on our side too, so we can maybe match what our opponent over here is going to be doing. Plays an Iganjo, Seed of the Empire, and plays Delny. This will trigger, I get a gain a life. All right, the Voice of Victory does have Mobilize 1, right? Okay, or 2. At me? Okay, I'll take it. Are the tokens coming at me too? Okay, he just has 2. Okay, 4. What do you mean 4? Okay, so trigger 4 times. And then I'll take the 5. Okay. Yeah, I get to remove 1 from my Strixhaven Stadium. Yep, and then those will be sacrificed at the end of the turn. And now it's the Angel player. And I'm probably going to fear on whatever is going to come out here. All right, Plains into... What is this? Vanquisher's Banner? Okay. Oh, wait. Oh, Catcher's Monument. All right. That's fine. Even though we can barely see it in the upper corner there. Is he going to swing in at me? Maybe. It does have Vigilance. And then he could maybe play something afterwards. A 2-drop Angel, theoretically. I mean, a Youthful Valkyrie could come out there. Maybe even just like a 1-drop, like a Segovian Angel. He's already at 52 life. That's kind of crazy. But we're still at 40, so I'm not complaining. Okay, takes the 2. What's going to be done the second main? Hopefully not something ridiculous. What does the Earth King do? Okay, so it just ramps. Plays a forest. Why is that forest bigger than all of the other ones? Okay, the Earth King, trigger, gain a life, trigger again, gain another life. Zavala does get a draw. So if we get something out there with power 4 or greater, which is not going to happen anytime soon, we can draw a card off of the Zavala. Okay, a Fountain of Renewal. I'm not going to be complaining. I'm going to tap both of these to play our commander. Trigger Soul Warden, or Soul's Attendant. He has the Soul Warden. This will trigger. I get to put a +1/+1 counter on it. Oh wait, not that one. Custom counters. +1/+1, apply, and then I get a scry 1. I'm going to put that at the bottom. And then I'm going to go ahead and tap this, throw a point counter on it, play a Fountain of Renewal, and then I think I'm just going to pass the turn. So the Soul's Attendant with the Trelasarra is going to get out of hand pretty quickly. As long as we can kind of stay around and our opponent over here is just going to keep Voice of Victorying constantly, I think we'll be okay. Okay, we do get to gain another life. Trelasarra will trigger. I'm going to go ahead and scry while he's doing all of his stuff. I'm definitely going to put that at the bottom. He has both the Gamechangers. That's kind of cool. What else is this? Oh, he gets to reoccur a card and then just destroys all other graveyards. Well, that's pretty cool. I don't think I've ever seen that land. Probably just looking on who he's going to attack. Just passes. Okay. All right, so he has theoretically 5 mana for an angel, 6 mana for an angel. Just a nice Cavern of Souls. That's a really cool Cavern of Souls art. Tapping 4 for a Smothering Tide, then pass. Ugh. Oh, hi guys, Cradle. That might get really scary in Angels. I'm just hoping that something not ridiculous comes out there, like an Avacyn, but we'll see. Angels always have something. Gosh, Guy's Cradle is ridiculous, but whatever, it is legal. Taps for 3 mana, 4 mana. What's gonna come out here? 5? I don't like this. Look at this. 5 mana for... It's gonna be a creature. Everything? Alright. What's gonna come out here? Vorinclex. Okay. Well, trigger. Draw. This will trigger. Throw a counter. So I get to scry 2 technically. So this will be the first one. I'm just gonna keep that on top. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get rid of that Vorinclex. No, just... Yeah, it's just the Ephemerate. It's just so he doesn't get locked mana. It's really smart. He's swinging the 4/4. Okay. Gets to ramp a little bit more. Maybe the Heliod would be pretty good. All right. Well, let's do this. We'll untap everything, do this. Gain a life. This will trigger. View. It's just going to be the same thing. And then draw for turn. You can create your treasures, buddy. I think I might be a little bit conservative here and just wait for something. So tapping these 3, I'm going to add a counter. Just going to add a counter. Technically, they don't get stun counters. They just are locked. And then this will be at 1, 2, 3 devotion to white. Okay, that's fine. I'm just going to go ahead and tap the stadium to boost this, and then I'll pass the turn. So Ephemerate will rebound. Yep, targeting that. That's fine. Soul's Attendant will trigger. Heliod will also trigger. I'm going to throw both of them on the Trelasarra. Oh wait, one too many. And then I'm going to add another, get a scry another one. I'm going to throw that at the bottom. All right, so he has a ton of mana, which, I mean, Smothering Tithe is powerful. It's one of the best mana makers, I guess, really, in any non-green deck. It is just amazing. That can run it. I mean, why wouldn't you? All right, what else is going to come out here? I guess you do have to be a little bit more conservative with your spells because of the Vorinclex. I mean, oh, I locked myself out of white mana. Okay. I would really like some more lands, or at least some more mana sources, just so I can work my way up to the approach. I'm not too worried about any, well, counters against it, but I guess becoming the target is going to be a problem. As long as people just keep playing creatures, though, I should be fine with the Soul's Attendant. And Trelasarra anyways is a big enough threat. What is this? Yeah, get that out of here. That card is so annoying. And I'm glad I kept the introduction. So you get a fish for Vorinclex. I mean, I'm not complaining. I don't think anybody else is except Dart. Thank goodness. That card is terrible to deal with. Especially how quickly he got it out there. Okay, yeah, I do get a gain a life. Gain 2 life. And then add 2 counters. I gotta view this twice. Throwing at the bottom. Promise an opponent a gift as you cast the spell if you do. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Okay, Ocelot Pride is a little worrisome. I think I missed a trigger with the Trelasarra, but that's fine. Okay. Let me get my triggers real quick. Okay, are all of the tokens coming at me too? I'm assuming so. Okay, yeah. Okay, I'll block that, and then I'll take the 4. And then I do get 4 counters on the Trelasarra. I'm going to keep that on top every single time. Because Soul Warden is boss. Okay, creating 16, 17. Nice. And then Heliod every single time. Yeah, Ocelot Pride gives a ton of tokens, which is just crazy. And then, yeah, I gain so much life. I'm keeping the Soul Warden on top every single time as well, because, I mean, that card's just amazing on top, and I do need to kind of keep in tempo with the chaos that's happening over here. The approach of the second sun does need to happen soon, but I can't do anything if, I guess theoretically, if I get something that gives Trelasarra unblockable. Okay, so he just gets a ton of life. I don't know how much I'm gonna lose. Yeah, we get it. Okay, off of the Searcher Priest. This will trigger, gain a life. This will trigger, put a counter on that. Oh, well, one dude just left. Okay, that's kind of crazy, but oh yeah, we'll just keep rolling, I guess. Okay, so the Searcher Priest is definitely going to be a problem. Is he also going to just concede? I mean, we're all at pretty much losing positions. I don't think I can have anything. Oh, I should be scrying to find. I'm just a little dumb. For who? For us? Oh, yeah, that's fair. It's just 2 in the air. Gyada can't do much anyways. I don't think, yeah, well, because my counters, well, they're stunned. All right, untap, upkeep. This will trigger, gain a life. This will trigger, this will trigger. Throw a 1 on there. Throw 2 on there. I'm gonna throw the Soul Warden at the bottom. I should have been doing that at the beginning. Draw for turn. Aetherflux. Oh wait, these don't untap. I only have 2 mana I can work with. I mean, I could give the Trelasarra lifelink. I guess that's my only hope. Okay. Yeah, swing in the Paladino. Trigger. Oh wait, no. Never mind. Just 42. Okay. Yeah, that was dumb. I forgot I don't have any white mana. All right, well, I guess that's it. Pass the turn. Yeah, there's no way that we can keep up with that. That's ridiculous. Gotta love Delny, though. Such a fun commander. I knew it was either going to be the Delny deck or the Angels that were going to get out of hand. Yeah, there really isn't anything. And then one dude just conceded, which is beyond me, but here we are. Let's see what the Delny deck can do. What is this? Airbender's Ascension? Yeah, and Ocelot Pride is also just a ridiculous 1-drop. Yeah, and I can't even block it. Well, I'll block one of them with the fish. Yeah, Delny is just ridiculous. The amount that is there. All right, I'll block this. I block there. I just had to take away that. And then Ocelot Pride just doubles that twice because of Delny. That's so stupid. And then the Soul Warden, of course, just gives him tons of life anyways. Okay, so I can take out one person next turn. So I could feel like I accomplished something with the Aetherflux Reservoir. But I don't think it'll matter either way. Unless I just need a white land. And it would have been nice to be able to scry through everything with the Trelasarra, but I unfortunately can't do that. Angels, please just play like a Sarah's Emissary and then do nothing. Name creatures and then we'll be best friends. What is this? Okay, there's the Vanquisher's banner. Okay, 3, 9, 12 at my face. All right. I should have took one less, but that's fine. I'm at so much life anyways. Yeah, I got it. He's just looking for an answer, I'm pretty sure. I mean, like a Vanquish the Horde would do it. Okay. Sweet. All right, so with that, I'm just going to go ahead and do... Does this destroy everything? All right. Exile, farewell, everything. All right, so yeah, I reset the game, which is nice, but I mean, I can still cast my commander for 2 because it's still airbent, and he's just gonna play Preston. Ugh. I don't like that card. I am probably gonna be the target though. Well, 237 life is a pretty good target, but I did just get rid of everything. I had to, or else, I mean, both me and Paladino would have been dead. Yeah, that's gonna be ridiculous. There's Blink in here. Ugh. Okay, plays a Plains. Taps 1. Oh, 3, 4. Giada. Another 3 or 2. Lightning Greaves. I'm assuming attaches and swings at me. Tap everything. Draw for turn. Draw Smothering Tithe. All right, I think that's probably what we're gonna play. So, pass. Loran, yep. We still have the introduction to Annihilation and another board wipe if we need with the Mastery. Plays another Plains. Pretty much unlimited mana here. 4. What is this? Okay. Giving it to the Angelic Field Marshal? Yeah. So it'll be 5. So 6 and 10 total if he swings in with both at me. 2 commander. I could just one-shot someone and end the game pretty much right here, but I don't think I will again. Draw, land tax. You know what? Let's have some fun. We'll tap 4, play an Aetherflux Reservoir. Tap 1, play a land tax. Trigger the Reservoir, gain 2, and I'll pass. Now I just need to not be able to nuke someone. AKA, if you attack me again, Paladino, you're gone. You're getting a laser. Okay, Spirited Companion. Yep. Tectonic Edge. I got a good game plan here. I think I might get rid of someone, AKA the Paladino, and then Devastating Mastery next turn after the dude brings up his board state a lot. Oh, it destroys all non-land permanents, but that's fine though, because I'm not worried about that. And then I should have enough mana by that point. Yeah, I will, because of the land tax to... Okay. Yeah, I'll have enough mana at that point with the land tax to play the Approach of the Second Sun. And then I just kind of have to hope that I don't die, which is not guaranteed. As long as something doesn't make me shuffle my library, I should be okay. And the land tax will be gone at that point. But I think during his end step, I am actually going to just kill him. Okay, cool. Now it's my turn. Untap, upkeep. You have... Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I realize that I don't have enough. Okay. Cool. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and draw for turn. I'm going to pay 1, 2, 3, 4 for a Devastating Mastery, and then student cost, choose to non-land. I do get to gain another life off the Aetherflux. All right, so I just need to not be able to take 8 damage in the span of a few turns and somehow work my way back up. Okay, yeah, this is going to get interesting. 235 life is going to be hard to beat. My approach of the second sun can help me get there, but doesn't guarantee anything. So we played another land. Yeah, I probably should have just took the damage and then at my upkeep did the land tax, then lasered the guy. Okay, what is this? Guide of Souls, all right. And then he plays a Delny, so he gets to gain another life. Or 2 life, actually, because the Guide of Souls. All right, now it's my turn. Untap everything, draw. We get an emergent sequence, which is another land, but that unfortunately isn't going to help us very much. I'm going to go ahead and... Okay, Delny will cost 7. So I'm going to go ahead and pay 5. Introduction to Annihilation the Delny. All right, and then I will have to pass the turn there. I'm hanging on by a thread. I eliminated 1 threat, 1.5, I guess. Everybody else, or 1 1/3. The 3 other people eliminated the other person who just decided to concede. Does he have enough? I think he does. And the Norn's Annex literally does nothing. Untap everything, draw. Pristine Talisman. Okay, well, hold on. We'll tap these 3. Play the Talisman. Tap 2. Bring back the Trelasarra. Gain a life. This will trigger. There we go. And get a scry one. Reduce to memory. Yeah, we can keep that there. I'll pass. Slowly but surely, we can work our way back up. Plays another Plains. I'm just afraid I'm not going to be able to deal with it. I don't think I will. He's tapping 4 for Preston again. Tap another one. Cloud Shift to the Guide of Souls. So Preston's going to go kind of crazy here. He's going to be able to give the Delny if he swings in with it with flying. Oh, and it triggers twice because, of course, Preston's weak like that. Makes them 0/1s. Gains... I don't even know. It's going to be... Okay, 8 energy counters. 9 energy counters, actually. And then... Yeah, that's just from the last time. From all of them entering because they trigger twice. Swings in for... What is this going to be? I can't block it either way because he can just give it flying with the Guide of Souls. That's it. So, yeah, the Delny did get out of hand, but that's fine. And I can't really complain much about it. It definitely was my favorite deck that I've built so far in this Commander Chaos series, and probably the one that I've staved the longest with. So hopefully it just keeps getting better and better, and hopefully I can get a new microphone soon. Thank you guys very much for watching. I really appreciate it. And if you're going to build this deck, happy brewing.